If I were to only choose one of my favorite Papa moments, it would probably be one time when we were playing Jackbox and he accepted a prompt to change his name, which then led him to getting the name Doormat, and he then proceeded to use that name all whenever we played, and it led to some pretty funny jokes. So, yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite Papa moments.
Happy birthday, Marty. I just have a couple of little stories you might have forgotten about over the past seasons of your life. Let's go back to a fall day or maybe late summer. I really can't remember, but you will remember because we were taking our brother John to Valdosta State University. Of course, this was after a stop at the Welcome Center. As you remember, I think the bathrooms were not open, but it did not stop you. Your bowels had burst. Anyway, on to the story. We got John settled at Valdosta State, and you and I headed back home. Nice little ride, nice, car, breezing along. And I kept hearing a sound, and I kept saying, Marty, what is that? And you said, what? I don't hear anything. And I said, I don't know. It sounds like a whistle or something. And you said, no, I don't know what it is. We kept on going. Well, soon we were pulled over by a policeman or a state person or whatever, only to find out that you'd been going maybe like 95 miles per hour, I think. And so then we were taken to, I think around Lake Blackshear, to the county jail, where we had to wait until money could come from our parents. Okay, so we got taken to this jail, and my eyes got bigger and bigger as on the wall in front of the jail cell. I saw the keys hanging there, and that's the room where they had taken us, and I thought, this just got real. So they tried to contact our parents, who they could not get in touch with because I think they were at the commissary or whatever. But to make a long story short, finally money was wired, and they released us to drive our very best the rest of the way home. And of course, my mother said there's no way in the world Kay would have been sitting in that car with Marty going that fast. I didn't know. He had a heavy foot. But anyway, I've always been very leery of riding with Marty ever since then, and I think you should too. Maybe that's why Karen drives. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Marty. Well, I'll tell my same old story that I love to tell because it's my favorite. And that's when I was at a friend's house watching television. We were in high school, and I fell asleep. And I woke up, and I thought, well, it might be like 8:30 or whatever. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I'm going to be murdered. So, especially since that I didn't have a car at the time, and I had to run all the way from right up there by Green Island Hills all the way, to our house. And so the whole time I was thinking, I'm going to be murdered. I'm going to be killed. Never have any freedom again. So anyway, when I got home, I saw the porch light was out, and there was, I thought, oh gosh, they think I'm home. And so I ran around to the bedroom because I knew that Molly ironed clothes in our room, so she would have the window unlocked because when she get hot, she'd open it. So I put one trash can on top of the other, and I climbed on top of them, opened the window, reached in to grab the one of the posts of the bed, pull myself in. Well, I missed. And I grabbed your arm, and you woke up being pulled out of the window. And so I got it, climbed on in. You helped me climb on in, but then you started frogging on my arm. and I thought, heck, I should have gone ahead and gone to the front door. I don't think Mom or Daddy would have hit me as hard as you. Anyway, happy birthday. I love you with all my heart.
Happy birthday, Marty. I know one of my favorite Marty stories is hearing about the time Mama sent you down to Frank's to get some sausage. So you went down there, got one of those big old packs of sausage, and took it to the counter and paying for it. And there's two girls standing there checking you out. And you said, "How y'all like my sausage?" And they giggled at each other. And you got your sausage and started walking out the door and looked down and your zipper was unzipped. So I guess that's what they thought you meant was how you like my sausage. Happy birthday.
If we want to really go back, Marty, really, well, taking John to college was back. But this goes back too to the day of the wedding, the so-called wedding between Karen and Marty Martin.
His first wife.
Yeah, his first wife. Now what happened is the bridesmaids and ushers and groomsmen and all decided that we were really gonna fix y'all up for y'all's honeymoon. So we poured rice into everything we could get our hands on, but there wasn't much we could get our hands on. And you had made it very clear no one was to touch that car and only you would have the keys. So as you were getting ready to depart on your honeymoon and all, I rushed in to find you, and in a panic I said, "Marty, give me your keys quick. We've got to move your car." And you just handed them over to me. So then we were able to fill your suitcases with lots and lots of rice, and fill your trunk with lots of rice, and leave you some nice notes to entertain you throughout the night. So that was always fun for all of us involved.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday!
Maybe they could share some of those notes with the children.
Marty, one of my very favorite stories about me and you is when we were the only ones home that day, and so you decided that you were going to take a bubble bath and listen to the radio. I guess you were jamming in there. And next thing I knew, so there was a knock at the door, and it was a minister. And he was, because we hadn't been to church the last 2 Sundays or something, and so he sat me down and talked to me. "John, how y'all doing? How's your daddy?" All that. So anyway, I was trying to answer him, and he said, "John, I can't hear you. Can you get the radio turned down?" So I would go in the bathroom and I said, "Marty, the preacher's here. Turn that radio down." He said, "Get out of here. Leave me alone." And we're listening to our favorite station, Rockin' with the Deuce. So anyway, I go back in, try to talk again, still couldn't hear. And I thought, that's about, 14 years old. I didn't know what to do. And I thought, well, I guess I'll just run in there and just unplug it. So I said, "Marty, the preacher's here. You got to turn that down." He said, "No, leave me alone." So I just unplugged it. Went back into the living room to talk to the preacher. And then Marty come running out and naked with his hand drawn back. He could have let me have it. And it's all that, the preacher was sitting there talking to me. And so so after the preacher left, Marty said, why didn't you tell me?" And I said, "Well, Marty, I did." And he said, "You didn't tell me like you meant it." So anyway,
happy birthday again, Marty. Again, one of my favorite Martin stories about Marty was the day Marty slept in. John went to church like a good Christian boy, and he came home, and Marty said, "What was going on at church?" And John said, "Oh, they's having homecoming." As quick as John took off his clothes, Marty put them on, jumped into Simca, and took off to Eastern Heights to the homecoming. And about 20 minutes later, came back with one hand on the wheel, the other hand with a big plate he'd fixed at the homecoming. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marty. Happy birthday to you. And many more. We wish you were here It's so lovely and sunny.
Or we wish we were there. So
Wish we
can
could
be with
celebrate with
Yeah,
you.
together.
you. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It can be anywhere as long as we're together. So we're hoping. Enjoy your birthday dinner.
Love you.
Wear the hat.
Be cool.
This is one of Serena's favorites of you, Papa.
Marty had come for a visit to our house in Columbus. I don't remember the others being with him, so I'm not sure why he was there, but I do remember being home and there was a little dish on the dining room table, and I walked in and Marty had just the worst look on his face and grabbed a napkin and was spitting something out. And it turned out that my mom had these little pink circular things on the table, and Marty had thought they were a good little candy, and it turned out that they were potpourri. So he had been eating the potpourri, which I'm sure did not taste good. But I guess despite that, I still thought Marty was pretty smart, because when my mom asked me, "Who's the smartest person you know?" I very quickly responded that it was Marty. So happy birthday, Marty, to the smartest person I know, and maybe we will send you over some potpourri.
So I was asked what my most memorable Marty story is. And there's a few for sure, but I think the one that comes to mind just right off the rip is the nose flute Christmas over there at Cambridge Court. My buddy Matt was there, and I would say it made a lasting impression on us all, for sure. Marty playing that sweet nostril music, you know, getting down on the flute. Yeah. Matt still remembers that for sure. And one more good one that I can think of for sure was I think it was me and Tony and Joe were in my room going to bed, lights were out and everything, over at Cambridge Court, and Karen and Marty were sleeping in Serena's room. And Marty was in there brushing his teeth or something. He cracked the door and just ripped one. And we all just busted out laughing, you know. Karen said, "What are y'all doing in there?" Marty was like, "I'm just trumpeting off for the boys." And there's more, but those are two just you know, I'm sure everybody remembers those as well. So anyway, love you, Marty. Happy birthday, man. See you.
Once upon a time, we went to a party in Carla June's backyard. Suddenly, fine yellow particles started raining down upon me. I turned to see what in the world was going on. Behind me stood Marty Martin. Happily munching away on a bag of potato chips. The end.
Not enough room in here. Okay, this Papa story takes place back in, I'd say in the 1990s. We're at a church softball game. It was me, Joe, Papa. Coach Yates was there, but that's a whole different story. Anyways, as Papa's up to bat, gets a hold of one, has a easy single, but chance to get a double. So he turns the corner there, trying to get a double, but the outfielder's quicker than he thought and threw the ball in. And Papa's now officially in what you call a pickle. So he's running to, I'm running to second base. Uh-oh, they throw the ball over there. I gotta get back. Comes back this way, they throw the ball over there. He's caught in a pickle, boys. Alright, so now what do? Some people run back and forth, but Papa, maximizing his energy here, instead when they throw the ball this way, he just yells at them and goes, yeah, yeah. Throws it back over this way, yeah, yeah. And this goes on, I'm going to give you a good 10 seconds of, this goes on for about, I'd say about 30 seconds, so just times this by about 3. Yeah, 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 yeah. His hair was working as well. He didn't know which way to go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then they eventually come over there and just tag him. He was out, but he comes back in the dugout. Me and Joe find it quite funny. But we ask him, what were you thinking? What were you doing? So he just said, I was just trying to make something happen. And that's why we love Papa, because, you know, no matter what the case is, he's always trying to make something happen, whether it be at a softball game, at his job, or for his family. Always trying to make something happen for you. And that's why we love you, Papa. Bob out. Hey, Layla. Hey, how does Papa get you up?
Prepare the nut top.
Okay, so the Papa stories that come to mind are anything basketball related. When he called Tom on Brennan's team Tauntaun over and over. And Brennan's training facility, BSI, he still calls it BS1. Happy birthday, Papa.
When he spilled it, me and Kaya, and I think Ryder, we were all out on the not the balcony, the porch. We were just like talking, catching up and stuff. And all of a sudden we just hear, ah, from inside. And we look inside and everyone is dying laughing. And we have no clue what's going on. And I just see Marty running away with his shirt like this or whatever. Good moment. And we come back in and then he's like, you set me up. And then he put on those short shorts and he wore that, the military jacket. I'm bad at explaining, but that's from my point of view. There's your free stream. You just like pause on that, and it's like, da da dun 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 dun. The Bugs Bunny thing. So that's like the end. That'd be funny if you can do that.
So, my Papa story is when we were on a man trip, and we got some donuts. We were at the hotel, and we see this trail. It's going up to Papa. And Bob is filming, and then we just see all these crumbs all over Papa, and Bob goes, ah, splatter pattern.
God, what a torso.
All right, got a couple for you right here. I was just gonna do one, but I'm out hiking and it reminded me of something else. So I don't know why this one makes us laugh so much, but you had just got home from drill. You were in your combat boots still, in your army fatigues and everything, and you came out, we were playing basketball, and there's a ball in the yard, and you've been over to pick it up, but you booted it with your combat boots, and that thing went sailing all the way to the bells. It was a good I don't know, 70-yard kick. That thing would have been a touchback for sure. Me and Bob still laugh about that. I'm not sure why it's so funny, but we appreciate that. And we appreciate your service too, and all the giving up all your weekends and all that good stuff. So thank you for that. And then the other one, we're out hiking. I'm out hiking. It reminded me we were in Raccoon Mountain. We were supposed to go camping with the Kellys. And we got there first. And we saw this gray Astro van. It used to be like what Ruth drove. And you got the big old stick, and you're waiting. It's them! It's them! It's not them! That's definitely cracking him. I hope you enjoy these. Happy birthday, Papa. Have a great day.